Hello, we are back on the phone. Well, we were always on the phone, but you're in my hands. So today, I wanted to pick my TBR pile for the rest of the year. Um, it's very bold for me. I'm a bit of a mood reader, so I feel like I have to make some allowances. But because I'm a mood reader, that's the reason why I've not done this in the past. But I kind of feel like doing it this year. So let's have a look at my bookshelves, and I'm gonna pick out about 15, I think. Okay, so this is what we're working with. These are now all red. I bought these before I left, and they look unread, but I read them digitally. So they don't have the nice red markings, but they have been read. Lycania's trilogy red. This is not red, but I don't think it's not high on my priority. I basically just wanted that cover because it is. Oh. I will read it. Just it's not top of the list. These are red. This is new. It's also upside down. I think this is going to go on the TBR for autumn. Maybe. I don't know if some of it's actually set in the summer though, but it's been staring at me since I bought it. I'm really keen to actually delve into it, so there's our first one. Oh, and I got Hellbent. I kind of forgot that I bought this right before I went to Japan. So I think this will have to go on because this will be a great, easier read. I remember kind of blasting through Ninth House. So there we go. I don't know if we're getting the next one of these this year. But maybe let's not factor in books that are not out yet. This is read up to here. So I feel like I should. I really need to. I've said it so many times in videos, and for whatever I read the first chapter. I read the first couple of chapters, and then for whatever reason, I just was not feeling it. Do I just commit? Okay, let's finally commit. Let's finally commit. I want to add one of these two. I'm kind of tempted to add on Justice of Kings because I feel like it's going to be a bit different from other things, and it's also a bit shorter. What is the page count of this? It is... oh, it's under 500 pages. It's 400. Let's add Justice of Kings because I think that might be a nice change of pace. Okay. Do I do Iron Council this year, or do I save it so I have another chunky China Medieval for next year? We'll leave it there for now. I bought this last September. Future of Another Timeline. This might be handy for mixing things up a bit. And also carrying on with some sci-fi stuff. However, I do also have this one. Which is a lot of short stories, I think. Like I could have both. I feel like I'm not gonna want to do both though. I'm gonna leave that one on for now. I mean, it's me. I'm probably gonna end up changing my mind anyway. These are all red. Except for the ones in Japanese. Yeah, red. Lady Joker Volume 2! That is absolutely going on the to read pile. Finally. And I actually kind of want to get to that soon-ish. Before I forget too much about Volume 1. Remote Sympathy. I bought this one used because it was part of, I think it was this year's Women's Fiction Prize. But no, it was last year's Women's Fiction Prize. But it's very different from what I'd normally read. And it's now one of those books I'm wondering if I'll ever actually get to, because I'm not adding it to the pile, unfortunately. Alchemy of Sorrow. That really is going to completely depend on mood. So I think that's going to stay on the shelf and is just going to be constant potential at any point. Red. These are red. Now, I don't own them, but we have... I think TJ Klune came out with like 2 books recently. And there is another Aristotle and Dante. So there's potential for that. Anyway, so we have Tress of the MLC is going on. And not visible, but Arcanum Unbound and Lost Metal are probably also potentials for within this year. Maybe, but I might be getting a bit... I've read so much Sanderson, I might be overdoing it, so maybe not. So yeah, I think we were done with that shelf. Knickknacks. I did buy this like a year ago, so this is a non-fiction. Maybe I should just get this done and finished. I think I'll have to reread the start at this point, maybe. Yeah, sure. Let's put it on. Now. We have a lot of Russian fiction. My thing is, do I add 1 or 2? I think Master and Margarita has the best chance of interesting me because it has a bit of magic going on. So let's so what we... Oh my god, this is now starting to collapse. No. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 9. We'll leave it at 1 Russian classic. I had hoped to do more this year, but that was before Japan happened. Right, so let's come back down here. These are borrows from family. Maybe I'll put this in as a potential. I don't know a lot about it, but I heard it was good. I think it's a thriller. Darker undercurrent stairs. A bitter grudge. Okay. Possibly a thriller, I don't know. That's a maybe then. Oh, do I also just add that as like an easy thriller? Maybe. Oh, don't know. Okay, we'll have a think. So and then we start getting into my very ultra long term TBR pile that has been here forever. I really want to read something out of this. It's big, but I really want to retry the Hickory Staff. I have some massive books in my pile at the moment. This is just gonna go quiet while I have a think. Is there anything else that needs to come through? A lot of this is now red. Oh, that one's not. Things are going harder now I've gone down here. Hi, Bobby. What do you think? Okay, so I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna try to reread or read this year. That's how far I got back when I got it, which is like 15 years ago at this point. So yeah, we're gonna add that. I'm gonna add this instead of the. I feel like the other one's gonna be better, but this one is shorter, so that when I'm in the mood for just completely mixing it up, I can just throw this in. And if I ended up not enjoying it, I can drop it, and that's fine. I've added in this, which is like a non-fiction, sort of like the history and stories of the people who came up with the original fairy tales. So again, another one to break up stuff. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I'm going to include Arcanum Unbound, and Lost Metal. So we'll say that's 14. So should I pick one more? One more book. I know I can pick. There was one I've not even unwrapped yet. So this was from Queerlit, which is an amazing bookshop in Manchester. Ashes of the Sun. Which I was in the lesbian section, so I hope there are some cool lesbians in this. Hi, Bobby. Do you agree? Are you happy with that? Yeah, let's include that as a bit of an unknown element. So, this is it. This is the pile. Thanks, Bobby. Oh, I just remembered. Okay, I remembered something. As I was looking at the Russian classics, I was like, there was 2 big things I said I was going to read this year. It was those, or at least make a start this year. It was those. And I thought the other one was something else. I thought the other one was just the random fantasies that I got last year. But no, my plan was something else. My plan was Malazan. Malazan was the thing. So I have read this one twice already. But it's the time for a third go. Because I basically read this one once, tried Dead House Gates, bounced off it, just determined to start again, reread it, then finally got through Dead House Gates. but then didn't carry on, and this was about 10 years ago. So I'm putting those two in to finally restart the Malazan journey. And then there was another one. There was a borrow, because I realised that my sister-in-law had a magicka, which I found out about through the Tales of Boundary channel. And it sounds really intriguing and weird and potentially right up my street. The only thing is that these are huge chunkers, so I think I might have to do some trimming of this first pile. Okay, so unfortunately, I reckon Fairy Teller. I know I should be pulling off the big boys, but Fairy Tellers is coming off. And potentially this. They are backups if I really want to get back to some non-fiction, but I read quite a bit of non-fiction this year. So I think it's okay if I just stick with fiction for the rest of the year. So, oh god. These two are a must. That is a maybe. That, I think, is a must. That's a must. Oh, am I gonna do it? Is it just gonna come back off the pile? It might come back off the pile. So that gives me, we've got 2 digitally, 2 in the bank. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Wait, did I count that one? Oh, I don't know. We'll leave it there for now. That's some chunkers. Well, I've left that one in because it is short, and I've stuck with Just As the Kings isn't huge. That's not huge. We have a couple of shortish things to break it up, and I have picked the shortest of the Japanese of the Russian classics. I think that might be as good as we're gonna get, and I'm not even gonna get into the books on writing that I've got dotted around. So that is it. That's the pile. I'm now gonna put a bunch of these back and add them to my Storygraph TBR in some sort of order. When I started, I was getting through my shelves and I was like, this is easy. I've got loads of spaces. Then as soon as I hit those lower shelves and remembered that I had stuff downstairs, then it got a bit trickier. But hey, remember, this is 15 with space for a few more if I like Grace of Kings. And if I like some other fantasies. Anything else? So Hickory Staff is like the only one. Oh no, Hickory Staff and Just As the Kings out of this pile are the only ones that have the potential to bring new books in. Because I know there's more of the Hickory Staff. I know there's at least one other one. I think that Just As the Kings got a sequel this year, or is getting one soon. I mean, Malazan is obviously a huge series, but that's my aim for this year. But you know, there's spaces in that extra 5 if I decide that I want to keep going post Dead House Gates. So yeah, there we go. Will I stick to this? Who can say? But it's nice to have a bit of a focus goal. I will say that. I think immediately Lady Joker and Tress are top of the pile. And maybe a classic, because I've not done any classics yet this year. So there we go. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see if I can do this. Bye bye!